Now what we've got here are valves. These are the valves inside your engine. Now as you can see, they're all pretty carboned up. You know, this is how it would be in your engine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a jar. I'm going to put it in a jar and see if there is any substance to what they're actually saying, or if there is any difference between this one or this one. Now you've got to bear in mind, this one's £20, this one's like £5. So what are we being charged for? I do know that this one, when you put it in the system, it does smoke. It smokes up quite a lot, but you know, that smoking is quite a lot. That smoking is quite a lot to pay an extra £15 for. You know, this is 4 times the price. So this is what we're gonna do. We've got our cylinders, our valves, which are nice and caked up. Different. Now, so on this one, we're going to put Seafoam in. So, Seafoam. Can you see that? And this one, we're just going to put the regular cleaner. Okay. Now the reason for these is to show that we're putting equal measures in both. So we push them to the background. We'll get our Seafoam. So you can see it's not open or anything. Good. Looks good. Looks very thick. So we're going to put this one into here. Put that to the side. So that's our Seafoam. Our Seafoam's in there. So we're going to use the regular injector cleaner. And put it in here. Once again sealed. Okay. So I don't know if that was the same amount or not, but I know the idea is that we're going to leave these like this overnight and see what happens. Now they both had the exact same amount or very close to the same amount put in via these bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this overnight and see what happens. Okay, this is the next morning. Now I left these to soak overnight to see the sort of impact it would have. Now I've got to say there is something there. There are some real changes there. Okay, let me see if I can show this to you. I think it's clear to say that has had an effect on it. Can you see the dirt under there? So this has definitely released some carbon. This has definitely done something. Looks a little bit better. I'm not going to tell no lies, but that's the regular cleaner. That is the regular cleaner. So I've got to say it has done something, but this is very extreme. Your valves are never going to ever get soaked in that sort of way. So let's see the fantastic, amazing Seafoam. See what sort of effects we've had on that. not as good. I mean, it has released something a little bit, but it's not as good. One thing I would say about this Seafoam is I was thinking what it smells like. It's more of an alcohol smell, more so than a like a detergent, so to speak. They say it's a mineral oil, but it's more of an alcohol smell. The I can show you something. It does do something though. It says it collects, it gravitates to water, and that's one thing I did say. That's one thing I can say it did do. If you look at the bottom there was a little bit of water in. You can't really see it. There was a little bit of water in the bottom of this, and it really did. It did pick it up and it did draw it down. So in terms of it saying it actually it sorts out water. Actually, let me see if I can zoom you in. See that bubble? That bubble's water. So it does attract water, but much like an ethanol would do. So, it's a bit questionable. I'm not really sure about that one there. But in terms of actual effectiveness, I would have to give it to the regular cleaner, because it actually, to me, it seems to have more dirt in it. It seems to have done a more effective job on the dirt side of things. So this for me, this is a more valid test, because your valves is never ever going to get soaked like this. You understand, this is going through your engine in more of a vapor style. So in terms of seeing what's more potent and what's more powerful, that's what this is actually testing. So what it says is that the regular cleaner is more powerful on carbon than Seafoam. It's more effective on carbon than Seafoam at its most potent point. Yeah, and I think in my opinion, that's a fair test. I mean, in terms of potency, the regular is more powerful than the Seafoam. So let's go look at a few other facts. Let's address a few things on this Seafoam container. Now, I think we've kind of established that the strength of its carbon dissolving capacity is not pretty great. Average, maybe it's below average. It was worse than the regular one, and it costs 4 times as much. So let's look at a few other things. Cleans injectors, yeah, but not better than the regular. Cleans carb jets. Now, carb jets and carb injectors are virtually the same sort of thing. One's a carburetor, but it still has a jet in it. Or it can have a jet in it. Carb injectors, well, we've seen how it cleans things. Stabilizes fuel. In regards to it drawing the water out, drawing the moisture out, I would say yes, definitely stabilizes fuel in that capacity. But it was tough to really see anything else. Controls moisture and fuels. Now, to me, they've sold the same point twice. I'm not sure. It stabilizes fuel. What exactly does that mean? Does that mean anything? Controls moisture and fuels. Yes, and they could call that stabilizing fuels by controlling moisture. So to me, they've just sold the same point twice. So I'm not having that one. Quiet, noisy lifters. I didn't experience that. Cleans deposits. Yep, it does clean deposits, but once again, not as good as the regular cleaner. Now, once again, clean deposits, cleans injectors, clean carb. They're all the same sort of thing. So it just seems like it's selling the same thing over and over again. Adds lubricity. Oh, that was a hard one. To fuel. Who knows? Who knows really? Lube upper cylinders. To be honest, I don't even know what that means. I've never heard of a case where my upper cylinders need lubing. I've never heard of anyone having an upper cylinder problem. So maybe that's more sales jargon. De-ice and anti-gel. So I guess that means it doesn't allow the gasoline or the diesel to ice up in colder countries. Cleans dirty engine parts internally by helping remove gum and varnish deposits. But once again, it wasn't better than a regular cleaner. So it's nothing special. Once again, selling the control moisture, stabilizes fuel, all that rubbish. I don't believe that. It says help reduce hesitation and rough idle. You see that? 1 pint treats 8 to 25 gallon of all types of gas or diesel fuels. Did you get that? I hope you got that. It said 1 pint. Now this there, that's 1 pint. That is 1 pint. However, 25 gallons is a huge amount of fuel. So let me show you what I did. I just wanted to show you the comparison of 25 gallons to this 1 pint. Okay, let's have a look. Now, it is the equivalent of, if this represented your 25 gallons of fuel, this represents 25 gallons of fuel, the Seafoam would represent this. Do you see my problem with this? I put the battery there as a reference to show the size and what kind of amounts we're talking about. But this is what they're saying. This being the 25 gallon of fuel and this being Seafoam. Now to me that's BS, especially in a dirty system. Like, okay, let me put it this way. If I did this, if I got this and put it in there, do you think you could taste it? Do you think you could taste the white rice from the brown rice? So I have to call BS on this, because you just would not ever, you could just about make it out. You would never ever feel the effects of that, or taste even the effects of that rice in that system. So this is why I call this product BS, because there's no way it's going to do that. We've seen that, we saw how dirty the filters were, the fuel filters are. We've seen all this stuff. So for them to then say that can treat up to 25 gallons of fuel, it's just rubbish. It is just rubbish. They're lying. But it's important to remember that the incentive of Seafoam is different to yours. Their job is to sell you the product. That's their job. Their job is to sell you the product. Their interest is to sell you the product. However, your interest is to look after your vehicle. You know? So they're going to say whatever they need to say. They are actually lying though. These people are lying. I genuinely don't believe them. I don't know if that's I don't know if that makes me liable for saying that, but or slander. But in my opinion, I don't believe this works. How about that? Yeah, in my opinion, I don't believe it works. So once again, I think this is a fail for this one. I mean, to be honest, the injector cleaner, this basic injector cleaner, says the same sort of thing. You know, it contents to a full tank of petrol. The percentages are much the same as I showed you over there with the little rice, experiment. You know, you can just about see that white rice in the middle, maybe just, but it's a large call. Now, the reason why I think this is so effective, the reason why I think it's effective, or seems effective, is because it's introduced intravenously through into the car. There's not too many other I don't know if you know, engine treatments, motor treatments that are applied in that sort of way. So it may improve some things, but I don't personally believe that this is an exceptional product. We've seen its the power it has on that. So I don't think it's an exceptional product. I just believe that the way it's administered makes it seem exceptional. Now, people will talk about. I guess people are going to talk about the smoke that comes out of the car. But I'm going to explain what that smoke is. And unfortunately, it's really nothing to do with cleaning. It's nothing to do with cleaning. But let me show you what the smoke is. Now, the smoke you see coming out of your car is baby oil. Baby oil is a mineral oil. It burns and smokes just like Seafoam. Exactly the same. This is what they use in them fog machines. And you know, to be honest, if you look at what I've got left in there, and you look at the colour of that, and you look at the colour of this, yeah, if you look at the colour of these three, would it be fair to say that quite possibly this, a little bit of this mixed with that, would create that? I'm just saying, I don't know, but it's very coincidental how even the colour of this is very light and it smokes a lot. This smokes a lot. When you add this to a hot system, when this gets hot, this smokes. You can test it yourself. You can look on other channels to see how that works. And you've got this, which actually cleans well. You see, I only say what I see, and the Seafoam doesn't seem particularly powerful, and it seems to smoke a lot. So to me, Seafoam is this, with maybe another additive to control some water. But at the end of the day, that's how I see it. That is how I see it. And please go and check fogger machines and how they what they use in their system, and you'll find this mineral oil. This is mineral oil. Mineral oil is a petroleum product, much like Seafoam. So, and I think the owner on one of the interviews even states that Seafoam is a mineral oil. So that's my opinion on that. I mean, you can check it out and do whatever you want. I mean, I'm only making a suggestion, but I only say what I see. I say what I see, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. But it'd be nice to get some feedback from yourself. And this is, you know, this is no better than this, in my opinion. I think if this was administered in the same way this would have an effect. Maybe this has to be diluted down a little bit with some other sort of additive, but I don't believe that this is particularly special. You know, the smoke, we know what the smoke is. If you want smoke, add some of this. The cleaning power is not stronger than this. So, for a cheaper cleaner and for a quarter of the price, this is the number. You know, maybe with another additive, I'm not really sure. But I just want to put this video out there because very, very few people actually show any real proof, and the little proof that I've got is more than I've seen anywhere. The little proof that I've shown here is more than I've seen anywhere on the internet. Do you know? Because that's the proof that I've got. I don't see this on the internet. And I left these both overnight. You saw me do it. You know? And put them side by side. So the cheaper one is more powerful. That seems to be fact. seems to be fact. The cheaper one is more powerful. Okay. After 3 days of soaking, this is the result of the regular cleaner and the Seafoam cleaner. So let's just see what we've got. From first appearance, this looks a lot darker. This looks pretty much the same. But let's have a look underneath. Look up towards the light for that. Okay, as close as possible to that. So now the regular cleaner seems to have had much more of an impact. Yeah, it seems to have done a little bit more of a better job. Definitely darker. Seems to have dissolved a lot more of the rubbish. Just have a look at the Seafoam and it's very much the same story. Little or no difference in my opinion. I know it's not particularly scientific, but it's better than what's out there. So, one more time for the regular cleaner. Come on, there you go, for the regular cleaner. This is what it's done to the that dirty cylinder, that dirty valve. Even in that water you can see it, and even in the clear one you can see it's done virtually naffle. So I like to think that my extremely scientific test proves something. Yeah, so you're better off just using the regular injector cleaner. Maybe the same way as Seafoam. I wonder if that would work. I'm not advising anyone to do it, but I can't really see how much damage it would do. You won't get the smoke, obviously, because there's no mineral, there's no baby oil in it. But apart from that, it seems like the regular cleaner at £3, £4, £5 is better than the £20 plus Seafoam. So there you go. Hope that helps. See you later.